iRacing tonight, coming to you from Auto Club in California. Definitely going to be a fun night here, and with over $600 on the line in prize money tonight, it's going to be a big fight. Everybody wants to be there, be in the fight, but you got to make it to the end, and 150 laps is no small feat to survive. Hope everybody is having a great night tonight and ready for some awesome racing. Remember, when the street stocks come here, it is like watching plate racing at Daytona, except the turns are a heck of a lot wider, and we won't be surprised to see 5 wide through the turns tonight. A lot to talk about tonight, so let's start it off. Looking at our pole sitter for tonight, John Freely sits on the pole, his first ever pole tonight. John, how are you doing, buddy? John, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
Alright, well, he said Matt can talk, so...
well, I'm glad he gave you permission.
Yeah, he gave me permission, so we can talk about the new web merch that I got in the web shop. I think we got a flag, I think we got a mouse pad, and then we got $100, I do.
You got all the things coming, huh?
Black t-shirt. I like it personally. Black's my favorite color, so it'll go with anything. Really good design, really good paint scheme on it. Turned out really well, so I can't complain about it.
I have to say, it is somewhat disturbing that we both have the same favorite color, so that worries me just a little bit.
Great minds think alike.
Definitely so. How are you feeling about tonight?
I feel terrible. I pulled a muscle in my back, and I just feel awful. I think my chances are great. I'm a good plate racer. I know where to be and when to be. It's just going to come down to a little bit of luck. You know how it is with plate racing, being there at the end, like you were just saying. Long race, you don't want to get wrecked early or get beat up early and be down on power and have no opportunity to do anything and just riding around at 3/4 throttle, losing time to everybody. But you also don't want to give up everything and lose the track or lose the field. And if we do go green somehow till the end, and then you put yourself in a hole and you're really out of it at that point, even if you just sit back too far. So it's a big chess match of being smart, being aggressive when you need to be on pit rotations and everything. And I don't think fuel mileage is going to be too big of a deal. I think we've got too big of a gap to try to make that up and make it a 2-stop race, so it's probably going to be a 3 here tonight.
It's definitely going to be an interesting night. Good luck, buddy. King Matthew the Bear obviously stealing the mic. Honestly, I don't think we have ever heard John Freely's voice, but one voice we have heard is Flying Ryan, who looks like Flying Ryan may have gotten some new merch this week as well.
Yeah, I definitely have got some new merch this week. I got a new t-shirt in the web shop that looks really awesome. Like, I'm definitely probably going to pick one up myself. Just looks good.
I'm wondering how the broadcaster is not ending up with a bunch of these shirts, by the way. Just saying.
I was talking to my brother about that, and I'm like, man, I really need to send Doug a t-shirt.
Well, man, it's definitely overdue. Obviously, you have had some great seasons here. How are you feeling about tonight? I know you know how to get it done on a plate track.
I'm feeling pretty good. We're just going to try to take it easy and just stay with the main group, main pack that might get split up into 2 different ones. You never know. There might be crashes. It's a crapshoot, really. But pit stops is a thing. Like, if someone misses their pit stop and you guys are trying to get in a group and draft with the teammates, it's tough to try to get the pit stop down with no pit road speed limit.
Well, it definitely is. The no pit road speed limit definitely makes things exciting for sure. Good luck tonight, bud.
Thank you, Doug.
Flying Ryan, ready to go. And talking about the XCAL web shop and a bunch of new merch, one driver has a lot more stuff in it. J-Dog seems. J-Dog, you definitely have some new stuff coming out, and coming out in bulk.
Yes, yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Nice to see you back on here. And yes, we do. We have a new vinyl sticker, yeah, new magnet. We have new shirt. In fact, I've actually purchased some of the stuff. It looks really good. It matches the car color. It has both the schemes that I run, and you know, really hoping we can sell a few. That would be excellent.
And hopefully getting to Victory Lane tonight as well as the sales.
Yes, that is for sure. You know, like Ryan was saying, you know, you just got to be there at the end and make sure you hit all your pit stops right. And you know, with as many cars as we have in the field, I'm sure we'll have some people to work with. And it's a pretty good night. Everyone's been doing pretty good, and Austin's got a pretty good point lead as of right now. We got a new driver in the field, David Malgi.
Well,
so he's a pretty good driver as well.
Definitely going to be keeping an eye on Malgi tonight. Good luck tonight, J-Dog.
All right, thank you. I just want to thank the XCAL Web Shop Racing Series and, you know, all the fans and you for being here. I don't have time to thank them all, but hopefully we'll be here to do that at the end.
Hope so, man. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
And finally, more merch coming out this week is Brent Meckes, who's long overdue for having some great merch out there. Brent, I think it's been overdue by a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't think I had any merch last year, but I definitely got. Aaron took care of me this year, and I got a bunch of merch in there. I got a mouse pad, a really cool looking shirt. I think I just have to keep making my cars look that fluorescent yellow, and I think Aaron likes that color, so he likes that merch. Plus, it's a hot color anyway.
It definitely is, and man, the car looks awesome and looks fast. How are you feeling about your chances here tonight? You've had a great season so far.
Yeah, Riding Dirty has had a great season. A lot of us have had some good runs. The team's been gelling pretty well, and we've been staying out of a lot of trouble. I think that's the key tonight, just stay out of trouble. Keep the nose clean, make sure you don't mess anything up in pit road. I mean, just basically, if you can stay away from making those silly mistakes yourself, you got a chance at the end.
Well, man, best of luck tonight. You have had a great season so far. Keep the run alive.
Hey, thanks, Doug. I'm just going to shout out to all the sponsors. Butt Kicker for sponsoring us year after year. J-Dog's Carpety for coming on. Admin Box. JT's Mobile Pressure Washing. Try Eat Coolers. And, of course, the XCAL Web Shop. Not only did they drop a whole bunch of stuff this week, but they have a whole lot of cool stuff out there. So take a look at it. Help support the league. If you like watching us, you know, do what you can, and, you know, we'll put on a good show tonight.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Brent Meckes fired up, ready to go. You can go to the XCAL web shop, xcalracing.com/shop, and check out all the new gear. As you heard, a lot of drivers with new gear here tonight. Good evening, Cindy. Good to be back. Good evening, Brandon and Gerald Thanos Poole. Uh-oh. Gerald Poole is channeling his inner Richie Joplin. That is always worrisome. You may have seen that car last night. Jones BS Racing, as you're seeing Jeremy Root get a little practice. Remember, super speedways, no pit road speed limit. We're going to see some excitement there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Auto Club. John Freely and Brent Meckes on the front row, Flying Ryan and Stephen Rex on the second. Jeff Edgar, Matt Pelletier have the third row. Joe Campbell and J-Dog Seams on the fourth row. David Malgi, the rookie, and Jose Godino round out the top 10. Sean Patrick starting in 11th, next to Steven Seams in 12th. Michael Saylor in 13th, Sean Andrews in 14th, Art Hendren in 15th, Austin Edwards back in the car in 16th, King Matthew the Bear in 17th, Gerard Lawrence back in 18th, Jeremy Gilliott in 19th, Kyle McRecken Martin starts 20th, Jeremy Root in 21st, Jimmy Johnson 22nd, Octavio Rondoletto in 23rd, Lataro Lamperti in 24th, Cristiano Roca, Connor Knowles, and Gerald Thanos Poole and Adam Gilliott round out the field here at Auto Club. Pete, not that I'm aware of, but you message her, she might be willing. Mark D'Antuma cheering on Flaming Karma. And Lulu cheering on Flying Riot. Hope everybody is buckled in and ready to go. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. And you'll notice, even at these slow speeds, these cars are bouncing. Auto Club, while very similar to Michigan, is a lot bumpier, especially as they head off into turn 3. That does come into play here quite often. Here they come out of turn 4. Aaron Hillebush in the flag stand. Green flag is in the air. They are underway at Auto Club. Everybody heads down toward turns 1 and 2. Side by side, and we've got one driver, Stephen Rex, who started from pit road. Looks like a genius strategy. He's going to get to the high side, and he may end up leading the first lap. Rex may have just snookered the field. We'll find out when timing and scoring goes here in a minute. Man, what a move by Stephen Rex if this works. John Freely does pull off the lead. At the moment, Rex is showing a lap down, but when timing updates next time by, he'll be in the top 5. Flying Ryan now in second, Brent Meckes in third. Side by side, all the way around the track. Brent Meckes up on the high side with that new paint scheme and new merch in the web shop. A lot of side-by-side action throughout the field. Austin Edwards, a former champ, trying to fight his way forward now. ...150 laps on a 2-mile D-shaped oval. Stephen Ricks, his trick worked. He is currently scored in second. And he is up here battling for the lead with a big push from Brent Meckes. And you see some bumping back behind. Steven Sims, you saw that nose just bouncing. He was getting a big push into turn 3, and you could really tell just how bumpy the track is. Stephen Rex currently out front, has the nose ahead, has yet to lead a lap here, but I wouldn't count him out just yet. He has got a lot of help right behind. All 28 cars, all 27 cars in the lead pack. Art Hendren has lost some ground back behind. Jeremy Root back in 23rd. He currently has the fastest lap so far tonight. Art Hendren may have come to pit road. Looks like he may have had a problem out of turn 4. Hendren's still on track. Hey, good evening, Danny. How are you? Hey, good evening, Scott. Thank you for the stars. We saw Steven Sims bouncing around a moment ago. He is up 5 spots into 12th and is on the march. Jose Cadino up 6 spots now into 4th. Austin Edwards, no surprise, 7 spots into 9th, and don't look now, Kyle McRick and Martin up 12 spots into 9th. Hey, good evening, Chris. Matt Pelletier now out front. He's going to drop to the bottom. Looks like some teamwork underway. A little cooperation. We see this quite often at the plate tracks. A lot of drivers early on will lead a lap, pick up some bonus points, and then drop back or help friends and teammates get their bonus points. Jimmy Johnson on the move in the 39 car. He is up 12 spots into 10th now. And it does look like Art Hendren is on pit road. No idea what happened. He was obviously having some connection problems, and something was definitely wrong with that car. And Kenny Storkson has arrived and drank all the beer. Fortunately, we did plan ahead, so they will be restocking the snack bars momentarily with extra beer. Everybody side by side. A few drivers making moves toward the front. Joe Campbell and crew dropping back. They are together back behind. Keep an eye on that J&S team. They often drop to the back early, get the whole team together, and late in the race, they are charging through the field. And there we go, 3 wide up the middle. Adam Gilliott tries to make the move up the middle, ends up pushing. I believe it's Connor Knowlton a bit high on track. Not a lot of drafting help at the moment as Gilliott still tries to go up the middle. Definitely a gutsy move trying to come through the middle this early on. But it is working. Gilliott moving forward. Jose Cadino leads that time by. Pelletier right behind him had led previously. A lot of cars, as we mentioned, trying to get up here early and lead. Gadino hops to the high side. He scored his lap. He is going to the back. Probably the safest move out here tonight. Steven Seams on the high side. He is ready to get his bonus points. It's going to be close coming to the line. Knowlton already there. And Pelletier leads at the line. Gilliott now up on the high side trying to take the lead. He's got help from behind. Jeremy Gilliott right there with him. A little early for 3 wide at the front, but these guys are going to push it and get everything they can here early. Kenny, I'm glad to have you and RJ here, buddy. Adam Gilliott leads that lap. Jeremy Gilliott currently in second. They're trying to get forward so they can drop down to the bottom and settle in. Steven Seams still stuck in the middle, and Sean Andrews up on the high side. Team Gilliott drops down to the bottom, and Andrews is dropping to the back. Kyle Martin back behind, right on the back bumper of Austin Edwards. Another couple of guys to watch closely. They know how to work together to the front. Plus they have help from Jimmy Johnson right behind. Connor Knowlton continuing his march to the front, now up into 12th. This is his first race tonight as well in XCAL. Rest of the field settling in. We've got a group back behind. Lataro Lamperti, Matt Baird, Jeremy Root, Octavio Rondoletto, Gerald Poole, Cristiano Roca. Pretty much the Flaming Karma team hanging out at the back. They are not going to go for it at the moment. Looks like these guys are going to play it safe in the early going. Likely have a lot of strategy out there tonight. Another rookie in the field in that 3-car, David Malgi. His first time in XCAL competition. He's got to be wondering at this point what he got himself into. And the Gilliads are pulling away at the moment. Matt Pelletier in third, trying to marshal his forces and close the gap. He's getting a big push from Brent Mecca. Stephen Ricks pulling up to help. Steven Seams and John Freely back behind. Oh, Seams came way low that time. Almost doored Freely, but everybody keeps going. Any mistake up at the front tonight could be catastrophic. Adam and Jeremy pulled out to a throw. Caution is out for the first time. We've got cars in the wall in turn 4. Steven Seams and Sean Andrews. Let's see what happened and how many drivers were impacted. Steven Seams out there on the high side. Sean Andrews peeks in. Oh, just turns Seams around. Sean looked like he had a bit of a run. Seams comes down. As Sean goes up, they both go around. McRacken caught a piece of it, but he manages to survive. Looks like the majority of the field gets by safely. And now we're likely to see a lot of cars on pit road. And of course, pit road speed limit is applied under caution, but if they have to make green flag stops tonight, green flag pit stops tonight, they do not have a pit road speed limit. This situation is likely going to break the Gilliads up just a little bit. Likely he's going to see 4 tires and fuel for most of the field. Green flag stops likely going to be right sides only, so they got to take the 4 tires while they have a chance. And then it becomes a race off of pit road. And here they come off pit road. And it looks like Gilliatt may have made it off pit road just ahead of Stephen Rex. Brent Meckes comes out in 3rd, Pelletier at 4th, Adam Gilliatt drops to 5th. Looking back through the field, Flying Ryan coming out in 6th, John Freely in 7th, J-Dog comes out in 8th, Jimmy Johnson in 9th, Connor Knowlton into 10th. And we've got a few drivers dropping back in, just topping off on the fuel. You never know when that extra lap will come in handy. Hope everybody at home is having a great night. Don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know you're here. And tell us who you're cheering for here tonight. Which driver will go home with the lion's share of that $600+ purse? Should be getting 1 to green this time by. Lights are out on the pace truck. Chris, this pit road doesn't have a wall on the outside, so he should be okay. If we were at USA tonight, I would fully expect Austin to hit the barrels. Austin Edwards, Matt Bear, Octavio Rondoletto all topped off on fuel, as did, looks like, Jeff Edgar and Lataro Lamperti. As they stack back up, let's crank it up and get a little bit loud here at Auto Club tonight. I'm going to stop talking when the green flag drops. Crank up your volume. Enjoy the noise of all these cars. Green flag is back in the air. Crank it up, y'all. That's what it sounds like when 27 street stocks go roaring around Auto Club. Hey, good evening, Jacob. Great picture, buddy. Stephen Rex, Matt Pelletier up front at the moment. J-Dog Scenes and Jeremy Gilliott back behind. Rookie David Malgi is now up into 6th. Adam Gilliott up 21 spots to 7th. Joe Campbell now up into 8th. Flying Ryan in 9th, and not surprising me, Gerald Thanos Poole on the move. He is up into 10th. But Connor Knowlton gets a big push from McRacken and takes the 3rd line. on 3 wide racing through quite a bit of the field. A bit early in this one. Most of the drivers said between 24 and 28 laps on a tank of fuel tonight, depending on conditions and how much time you spent in the draft. As Matt Pelletier pulls away on his own. They reel him back in quickly down the back straightaway. We were expecting pit stops just a few moments ago. If it stayed green, we'd be seeing green flag stops here at the moment, but that early caution changed things up just a bit. Hey, good evening, Brian. As J-Dog Seams goes to the lead for the first time. And don't forget, folks, under green flag conditions, we will see pit stops at full speed. There are no pit road speed limits here tonight. They are 4 wide for the lead. J-Dog, McCracken, Knowlton. Knowlton drops back just a little bit. Pelletier pulls back out front. They are definitely making some gutsy moves here early. You'd think it'd be a little bit too early to try 3 and 4 wide racing, but nah, they're going to do it anyway. As Kyle McRacken Martin has the nose ahead out of 2 with the big push from the GOAT Austin Edwards. Here they come down to the start-finish line. McRacken leads for the first time tonight. Folks, after tonight's race, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a lot of YouTube shorts coming out. And a lot are going to get added tomorrow and scheduled, so you guys have a lot of great, funny, exciting stuff coming soon. And a lot has come out over the last 2 weeks you don't want to miss. That front line goes single file up the middle. Now McRacken leads them down. Brian, I'd be a little bit worried about eating anything McRacken cooked. Austin Edwards giving him the big push. Connor Knowlton right behind. Pelletier peeking underneath, and it's side by side for a few spots. The rest of the field from about Adam Gilliott on back has just gone single file for the moment. Michael Saylor up there on the high side trying to catch that outside line. Saylor there in the 9 car trying to make up some ground here. He started in 13, currently runs in 14, trying to get past Joe Campbell. But honestly, we're plate racing. Nobody's getting past Joe that he doesn't want to pass them. We've seen him win at Charlotte. It would definitely, multiple times, it would definitely seal the deal as far as his super speedway mastery if Joe can get the win here tonight. John Freely, who started on the pole, has dropped back into 16th. Freely tried to interview him before the race, but King Matthew the Bear just took over. I don't know that we've ever actually heard Freely's voice. I've been doing this for 4.5 years now. I don't know that I've ever heard Freely's voice. Maybe I have, but it's been a long dang time. Freely getting his first ever XCAL pole here tonight. Gerald Poole laying back for the moment. Currently up 7 spots, was much higher earlier in the race. And weirdly, we've only got 2 cars out of line. Most of the field has gone single file. While they are single file and playing follow the leader, we're going to take our first commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing. All right, folks, welcome back. Hey, Steve, good to see you, buddy. Hope everybody is having a great time, and something very strange just happened. About half of, actually a large part of Flaming Karma just made a pit stop. Octavio Rondoletto, Jeremy Root, Lataro Lamperti all came in together. Cristiano Roca came in a lap later separately. Roca now on his way out. Remember, no pit road speed limit. They do have a chance to maintain the lead lap if they hustle. I did see quite a few drivers practicing that pit road entry at full speed, pit road exit at full speed. Things definitely get a bit tricky. Ever wondered what a pit road entry looks like at full speed? Here comes Octavio Rondoletto, Jeremy Root, and Lataro Lamperti to pit road. Perfectly synchronized as well. Great maneuver. There's Jeremy Root leading them in. There they come, full speed, full send. On the brakes only when they get close to their pit stall, and man, they timed it perfect. Matt Pelletier has the lead. Steven Rex in second. Flying Ryan now in third. As more pit stops are underway, we saw Roca leaving pit stop. Steven Seams just came in. And it looks like those three Flaming Karma cars, Cristiano Roca, Lataro Lamperti, and Octavio Rondoletto on the lead lap just barely. Jeremy Root back in traffic trying to get back to his teammates. Sean Andrews has come in. Everybody last pitted on lap 18 or 19. We could be seeing some of the drivers that are a little short on fuel hitting pit road. Gillett now has the fastest lap of the race. More importantly, he and Adam are back together again in third and fourth. We saw those two work together very early on to take the lead and pull away from the pack. Sean Andrews on his way back off pit road. Stimulus Racing making some moves up top. The three Flaming Karma cars just ahead have to maintain the lead lap. How defensive will they get? Worth noting, Jeremy Root currently the first car, 1 lap down. Sean Andrews and Steven Seams also a lap down at the moment, as Jeremy Gilliatt has taken the lead and is working his way past Flaming Karma with help from Adam. We're definitely seeing how bumpy it is out here tonight. And Matt Pelletier is coming in. He's bringing a few with him. Joe Campbell is coming in. It looks like J&S as a whole is coming in. Flying Ryan is in. John Freely is in. Holy cow. Joe has had a problem on pit road. Joe overshot his pit stall. He's finally making his way in there, but a rough stop. The breaking up of the field has dramatically helped Flaming Karma. And here comes the Gilliatts down pit road. Jeremy heads in and Matt Bear will take the lead. Jeff Edgar in second. Jose Godino now in third. Down the back straightaway they come. Likely to see the Mad Bear in this time. And here he comes, King Matthew the Bear to pit road. It is definitely a wild sight seeing these guys fly down pit road at full speed. Looks like the incident with Joe Campbell may very well have been due to contact with pole sitter John Freely. Octavio Rondoletto leads Lataro and Roca. Jeremy Root all alone back behind. Jeremy Gilliatt and Adam Gilliatt come out together. Stephen Rex right behind him. Brent Mancus, Austin Edwards, Jimmy Johnson all there together as well. It'll take a few laps, but we'll start to see some groups forming. Back up and trying to run back to the front. The Flaming Karma team definitely stopped a bit early. I know for a fact that they had more fuel, so it must have been a strategy move. And the strategy worked perfectly so far. Jeremy Root all alone for the moment though. Jeremy Gilliatt and Adam Gilliatt closing in on him. Stephen Rex in 7th, Brent Meckes in 8th, Austin in 9th, Jimmy Johnson in 10th. This 4-car group likely to start running folks down and getting them all into the draft. The bigger this group gets, the faster they will get to the front. Jeremy Gilliott, Adam Gilliott have been working together perfectly so far tonight. Looks like they're going to pick up some lap traffic. I believe Sean Andrews up top. They're gaining quickly on Jeremy Root. Stephen Rex has lost touch with them, but Brent Meckes is bringing his group closer. Rex likely to hop in with him. Flying Ryan leads another even bigger group as they close in as well. They're only 1.7 seconds back. Michael Saylor and Matt Pelletier back behind as well. They are actually losing ground at the moment. Sean Patrick trying to close up and help. David Malgi and Jose Godino back behind. Sean Freely, as Gerald Thanos Poole right there with them. Another group likely to form there. And it does appear Joe Campbell is on pit road. And the King may be out. King Matthew the Bear is out of the race early. Hey, good evening, Tanya. Octavio Lataro Cristiano have a 9-second lead now on Jeremy Root. There's two groups about to form into one big group. Back behind is Flying Ryan. Brings his group closer and closer to Brent Meckes'. They have now picked up Stephen Rex as well. This group back behind is actually starting to reel in the Gilliotts at the moment. Hey, thank you, Tanya. Good to have you back. Top three still have their breakaway. They continue to pull away from Jeremy Root. The Gilliotts continue. Oh, that got a little squirrely. Adam gave Jeremy a little too much of a push through 3 and 4. Great save by both drivers. That is going to help this group back behind gain a little more ground. As Brent Meckes goes back to the front, Stephen Rex will drop to the back of that group. And Flying Ryan and his group closing up. This group comes together. A bigger group is likely going to catch the front even quicker. Now, top three at the moment, last pitted, lap 34. They're about 5 to 7 laps shy of coming in for more fuel. This group back behind Brent Meckes, Austin Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, Connor Knowlton, Stephen Rex. Now have the help. Flying Ryan and his group have caught up. Flying Ryan has J-Dog with him, McRecken, Gerard Lawrence. Jeff Edgar is there as well. Michael Saylor and Matt Pelletier still trying to close the gap. And Joe Campbell still on pit road after that catastrophic pit stop and contact with John Freely. A heartbreaking night for him. Jeremy Root back in 4th place. He pitted with the top 3, but lost touch coming off pit road. Looked like he had a slightly longer pit stop and has been losing time. The Gilliats continue to get closer, but they may be in trouble. Brent Meckes and his big group are coming. And of course, a caution at any point could shake up the race. Brent Meckes and crew about 1.8 seconds back from the Gilliats right now. And closing, the Gilliats continue to get closer to Jeremy Root. They're about 7.25 seconds back at the moment. The top 3, 16 seconds ahead now. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you, buddy? Sean Andrews back in 24th. Steven Seams in 25th. Both 1 or more laps down now. Joe Campbell still on pit road. Art Hendren and King Matthew the Bear are out. Stephen Rex is in. Rex has had a big problem. See if we can figure out what the heck happened to Stephen Rex here. Oh, he gets a bad bump. It sends him hard into the inside wall. That is going to be catastrophic for his race. And the top 3 have come back in. Jeremy Root, Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro Lamperti, and Cristiano Roca all in. Jeremy Gilliat has gone back to the lead. Got to give him credit. The strategy is pretty smart to come in off cycle from everybody else. Less chance of chaos on pit road. Here they come, full speed, back off. Octavio, Lataro, Roca, Jeremy Root still in his pit stall. Stephen Rex with heavy repairs needed. Remember, in XCAL, they do not have fast repairs available. The Gilliatt's are back out front, but Brent Mekas only 1.5 seconds back and closing. Remember, the Gilliatt's were able to pull away earlier in the race, but everybody back behind, single file, bump drafting all the way around the track. And folks, don't forget to check out the XCAL web shop. As you heard during pre-race, a lot of new stuff on there. XCALRacing.com/shop. About 10 laps shy of our next round of pit stops. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing. We'll be back in a moment. Sorry about that. I may have prematurely hit the button. We are back live. Whoops. And just in time as Brent Mekas and crew are really flying up to the top two. Jeremy Gilliatt and Adam Gilliatt, they are now just 9/10 of a second behind and gaining rapidly. Cristiano Roca trying to fight by. He needs to stay out front and get ahead of the Gilliatts to maintain the lead lap. Jeremy Root, after his pit stop, has finally got some help. Between that last two stops, he had zero drafting help and lost a lot of ground. Just a few laps away from our next cycle of pit stops. Flaming Karma Racing was out front till they did their off-cycle pit stops. Now they're at the tail end of the lead lap as the Gilliatts reclaim the lead. But Brent Mekas and his group are just about to him. Mekas getting a big push from Austin Edwards and Jimmy Johnson. Flying Ryan, J-Dog Seams, both there, as well as McRicken, Connor Knowles, and Gerard Lawrence back behind with help from Jeff Edgar. Michael Saylor, Matt Pelletier, they got split off the pack after Pelletier was up front throughout the first run. Rookie David Malgi back in 14th, pushing Jeremy Root around the track. Root at the tail end of the lead lap in 22nd. And the Gillians are bumping really hard. Adam gets Jeremy out of shape about every other lap. How many more times can Jeremy save it tonight? Brent Mackes and crew have got to the back bumper. They are now pushing the Gillians around the track. We know Austin Edwards and Jimmy Johnson, they will sit back there. They're not going to make a move until it benefits them. Joe Campbell is back out on track currently in 26th. He is gaining ground on Steven Rex, but man, for one of the masters at plate racing in these street stocks, he has definitely had some big problems tonight due to that pit road incident with John Freely. Everybody biding their time for the moment, getting ready for pit stops. And we've got a few coming in. Flying Ryan, J-Dog Seams, Jeff Edgar. Gerard Lawrence is coming in. Michael Saylor. David Malgi is coming in. John Freely on his way in, as is Gerald Thanos Poole. Oh, Freely! He gets on the brakes but overshoots his pit entry. Likely to see a lot of that when there's no pit road speed limit. These guys really got to figure it out. Here we go. The lead pack is in, led by the Gillians. Adam on the brakes, back behind. Jeremy comes down. Austin slides by. Wow, several of them nailed their stop this time. Jose Godino now pushing. Jeremy Root helping him back toward the front. Octavio Rondoletto, Latarl and Purdy, Cristiano Roca, all going to reclaim the lead here. Looks like it's going to be kind of a leapfrogging strategy, as Jose Godino just took the lead for the first time tonight. With two different pit cycles, it does look like it's going to be a team battle here tonight. Flaming Karma on a different cycle than Stimulus Racing and J&S Racing. Jose Godino has made his way in. The lead about to cycle back to Octavio and Lautaro. They are going to have some lap traffic ahead that's actually helpful in this situation. The drafting definitely is huge. Cristiano Rocca lost his team but is in third. Jeremy Root alone again in fourth. And if we stay green for the second half of this race, it could come down to who made their final stop and when. Jeremy Root will not be alone for very long. Jimmy Johnson leads that big group back behind. With a push from Brent Meckes, McRacken, Austin Edwards, and Connor Knowlton. Brent Meckes trying to get underneath, back to the front. Now time it and see, but I'm willing to bet from what we saw in the first part of this race, Brent Meckes likely is the best one at the front of that pack. Folks, while you're watching, don't forget to hit that like, follow, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share button. Invite your friends and family. I think this thing will heat back up before long. Let's take a look down from the How to Suck at iRacing blimp. Take a look at this bigger group as we talk about what is to come this week. Tomorrow night, C12 Motorsports Retro Truck Series is back. Man, those retro paint schemes are just awesome. We have been loving that season all season long, and some epic battles week in and week out. Thursday night, Home Motorsports is back. Just a couple weeks into their season, and already the battles heat up there as well. Don't forget the HTSAI Community Convoy. Also Thursday night, the Unicorn starts that at 8 Eastern and will be live after Home Motorsports race. And who knows what we'll do this weekend, but Sunday morning, GT3 NSS is back at 11 a.m. Eastern. Followed Sunday night by the BRR Cup Series and SMRX Series. That has been a wild season. 30 plus cars week in and week out. Every week they have hit the 36 car limit and turned drivers away. It is made for some very exciting racing. Plus, we will have YouTube shorts out from that, from Jones BS Racing, and from this throughout the rest of this week. I'll be working later tonight and all day tomorrow on our YouTube shorts. Check them out, everybody. Don't forget, while you're doing it, make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and of course the YouTubes. Octavio Rondoletto and Latarl and Purdy just lapped the boss, Gerald Thanos Poole. Jose Gadino just ahead as well. But as they pick up more of these cars into their group, likely going to be able to pull away even further from the group back behind, led by Jimmy Johnson. Does look like McRacken is having a hard time keeping the car lined up. Riding along with J-Dog Seams as he is at the back of this pack. Flying Ryan just ahead, and you see just how much. These tires are not that wide, not a lot of grip. They have some real big floaty suspension, and you see how much they're bouncing around here. At Michigan, it is a much smoother track. Same show. McRacken Holy cow, big checkup. Wow, that was close. J-Dog managing to hold on to it despite the fact he got bumped. McRacken was sideways. See if we can get another look at that. Jeremy Root down on the bottom. He comes under. McRacken comes down across his nose. Austin quickly reacts, gets to the high side. Everybody just cracks the throttle. McRacken holds his foot down and keeps going. No arm, no foul. Wow. But that definitely was a setback for this group. They lost quite a bit of time on that lead pack. Hey, good evening, David. How are you? I guarantee you David Michael Lee is looking forward to some C12 racing tomorrow night. After pit stops, the Gilead's back in 10th and 11th. Don't expect them to stay back there for very long. Octavio and Lataro have built themselves a little bit of a group. They've got the rookie David Malgi right behind. John Freely, Jose Godino, Gerald Poole all right there with him. A lot of their teammates there with them, and it is helping Octavio and Lataro extend their lead. Joe Campbell has come to pit road. I think due to his earlier incident, this is actually on cycle for him. Just past halfway, only one caution so far. I actually tried to do the math because we talked about it earlier, the leapfrog situation here, and here we go. Octavio and Cristiano coming in. Will likely see Jeremy Root in as well. That no pit road speed limit definitely comes into play. Jeremy Root back behind. Cristiano Roca able to stay out. Jeremy Root extending his fuel run. And Cristiano Roca goes to the lead for the first time tonight. Well, Gerald's got to be happy. A lot of his team has led laps. Quite a few members of J&S, both members of Stimulus Racing, so quite a few drivers have led laps here tonight. And here comes Roca to pit road. It definitely has to be a mental challenge. Remembering you don't have to check up coming in. Jeremy Root also headed in. Definitely a mental challenge as you trained yourself over all the time you've been racing. And when you come to pit road, you got to get her wound up to pit road speed. But at these bigger tracks in XCAL, there is no pit road speed. Everybody full sends it down pit road. Jimmy Johnson now has the lead once again with the push from Austin Edwards. Kyle McRick and Martin, after that great save earlier, now in third. Connor Knowlton in fourth. Flying Ryan in fifth. J-Dog seems currently in sixth. Jeremy Gillian in seventh. Adam Gilliott in 8th, Brent Meckes in 9th, Jeff Edgar back in 10th. Whoa! Austin giving Jimmy a little too much of a bump there through 1 and 2. And Jimmy Johnson, though, manages to hold on to her. Brent Meckes trying to pull back up to that lead pack. Don't forget, Brent Meckes has a lot of new merch in the web shop, as does King Matthew the Bear and several other drivers. Definitely check out the XCAL Racing web shop, and don't forget, if you want to dip your toe into XCAL Racing, check out the Monday Night Dash Series. You can race your way in to avoid paying the fee. See if you got what it takes to run with these guys. Jacob, you've been listening to Hewitt too much. Everybody, we had some early excitement, some early 3 and 4 wide racing. Everybody has kind of settled into a rhythm for the time being. When we get down after those final stops, though, I have a feeling it's going to heat up, and we're going to be back to 4 and 5 wide racing. Will we see green flag racing to the finish is the biggest question here. Multiple different pit strategies going on here tonight. Anything could happen. If a caution comes out, it could definitely bite quite a few drivers. Interesting to note, the Gilliotts have hopped into that group, but have not made the attack to the front. Hey, good evening, Drifty Richie. Jacob, I promise you'll have it tomorrow night, buddy. Jimmy Johnson about 5 laps away from hitting pit road. Richie, Flaming Karma doing pretty good there. Kind of leapfrogging the rest of the field on pit strategy. We'll have to see if it plays out their way. Matt Pelletier leads a small group back behind with Michael Saylor and David Malgi leads a group back behind, along with Jeremy Root, John Freely, Jose Godino, Gerald Poole, Octavio Rondoletto back behind, with Lataro as they continue to be off sequence with the rest of the field. Cristiano Roca now has some help again. Sean Patrick trying to get down into the group coming by. Jeremy Root currently in 21st. Like we mentioned, that first green flag stop, Root got separated from the team. Some of these drivers desperately looking for a caution here. Whoa! A 3-car bump draft. Jimmy Johnson, Austin Edwards, McRecken. McRecken almost got Austin on that one. But they don't call him McRecken for nothing. If you've ever been curious why they call him McRecken, you can go to our YouTube channel and search for McRecken. It will all become clear. Jeff Edgar has come in along with Gerard Lawrence. Stephen Rex and Sean Andrews also in. Michael Saylor coming in along with Matt Pelletier. The next round of pit stops definitely underway here. Flying Ryan and J-Dog have come in together. And to this day, it is still weird seeing them come down pit road at full speed. Will Jimmy Johnson come in this time? Let's try and watch it from the blimp until he does and see. It's going to be interesting to see this group come in together. And here they come, full speed, full send down pit road. Brent Mekas also coming in. This is where it gets tricky. It definitely gets tricky out on track. And 3 members of Flaming Karma back together. Jeremy Root, Cristiano Roca, and Jose Godino. Jose back in the lead for the moment. Octavio Rondoletto, Latara Lamperti now scored in 2nd and 3rd as we start to see drivers coming back out. And while they cycle through their pit stops, we're going to... Whoa, Jose is in. I don't know that I've seen anybody faster on than Jose just now. Might have just been the way it looked, but dang, that was flying into pit road. Octavio and Latara will cycle back around. Austin Edwards now leads the group back behind. And at least for the moment, the Gilliotts are split up. And while pit stops are wrapping up, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. And we are back, just under 50 laps to go here at Auto Club. As the night wears on, the track is getting cooler. The laps are starting to get a little bit faster. Jimmy Johnson back out front of that group as Octavio and Lautaro continue to lead, but with that different pit cycle, we'll see them on pit road here in a couple of laps. I've tried to do the math on who would come out better on this situation with the different staggers to the pit stops, but there's a lot to do in the booth, and math is not my forte. Jimmy Johnson leads that bigger group that is now 27.25 seconds back. Jeremy Root has actually managed to fight his way back to 11th. Cristiano Roca in 12th. These two, despite the strategy and being alone for part of the race, both drivers are starting to make up some ground. Brent Mekas, who was up in that lead group for the first half of this race, has now dropped back to 13th. Along with Gerard Lawrence, those two trying to work together to find more help. Matt Pelletier was up front early on. He is now the first car one lap down at the moment. Stephen Rex back out on track after extensive repairs. Sean Andrews is still on pit road for extensive repairs. Somebody please get Sean Andrews a lucky rabbit's foot. Seriously, that kid needs some luck sometime, somewhere. Jimmy Johnson back in third. Leads that group. Austin Edwards was leading after the pit stop. He jumped up to the high side, and it does look like Jimmy, Austin, and Kyle have lined back up the way they were. Jeremy Gilliott, Adam Gilliott, nose to tail once again. They led quite a bit in the early going, but they have not made an effort to get around this pack and attack. We'll see if they stay with this group until final stops and what their strategy is. Talking about family, as here we go, Octavio is coming in with Lautaro. The Gilliotts might be in 7th and 8th, but the Seams are right behind in 9th and 10th. Flying Ryan and J-Dog nose to tail back behind. Octavio and Lautaro hit pit road. Jeremy Root, Cristiano Roca should be in. This time, nope, it'll be next time by. And Jimmy Johnson cycles back to the lead. Look at pit stops. Looks like everybody in the group hitting every 25 laps. And the last pit stop on lap 95 will put this group hitting about lap 20. They will need another pit stop after that to make it to the end. That does raise the question, does that Octavio and Lataro, does their strategy get them out front at the end? Jeremy Root and Cristiano Roca are in. Looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop, likely the last time they put left side tires on the car. Connor Knowlton gets a little bit squirrely there, trying to keep it single file and try to keep bumping. Octavio Rondoletto comes out in 17th, Lataro in 18th, Jeremy Root in 19th, Roca in 20th. Roca looks like he's going to get a little help immediately. Root just ahead. He'll get hooked up with that group as well. Lead group currently about 8 cars deep. Brent Mekas and Gerard Lawrence, 9th and 10th. They're about 16 seconds back at the moment. Matt Pelletier and Michael Saylor, 11th and 12th, about 7.1 seconds back. Jeff Edgar in 13th, John Freely in 14th, David Malgi in 15th, Jose Godino in 16th, Octavio Lataro 17th and 18th, Jeremy Root in 19th, Roca in 20th. Jeff Edgar just made the dive to pit road, and he is coming in alone. Definitely a gutsy move coming by yourself. You gotta have some drafting help here tonight. Jimmy Johnson and Octavio Rondoletto both have to be very close on who has led the most laps here tonight. Lap times also extremely close. It's going to be very difficult to determine who had the fastest lap and gets those bonus points tonight. Looks like the fastest lap tonight, 48.20, and two drivers have the identical lap times. That is Jeremy Gilliott and Adam Gilliott. Jimmy Johnson closing in on lap traffic again. As Jeff Edgar, having just come off pit road, Joe Campbell also just ahead, right on Gerald Poole's bumper. Joe now up into 24th after that catastrophic first green flag stop. Does appear, though, that the car may have some problems still. And Jeremy Gilliott just set the fastest lap, 48.1 seconds. 48.17. His brother, 48.19. As we mentioned earlier, as the time goes on, the air in the track cooling down just a little bit. It is helping them go a bit faster. Gerald Poole losing a lap here as the leaders go by. Gerald back in 21st, trying to gain on 20th place, Sean Patrick. Patrick up ahead does have a little help as he is with Octavio and Lautaro. Jeremy Root and Cristiano Roca got separated after that pit stop. Roca, though, not far behind, just a couple of cars between them. We're about 3 or 4 laps away from this lead group hitting pit road again. They will still need one more pit stop after this. They cannot go the distance from here. Jimmy Johnson, Austin Edwards, and McRicken look like they try and make a little bit of a breakaway. Connor Knowlton, just a couple of car lengths back, should be able to pull back up. But that top 3 at the moment, they have worked together flawlessly all night long. Knowlton pulls the line back up. Jeremy Gilliott, Adam Gilliott still lurking. As Gerard Lawrence is coming in. Matt Pelletier and Michael Saylor also in. David Malgi also on pit road. And J-Dog Seams and Flying Ryan both in. And likely to see this lead pack in next time. Steven Rex has had a problem back behind. He has towed it to pit road. We'll take a look here in a moment. Here they come. The lead pack is in. Austin Edwards managing to fly by. Can he hit his stall? He nails it once again. Let's see what happened with Steven Rex. He has had a rough night. Back the replay up just a little bit. Looks like he may have had a problem coming out of turn 2. We knew that car was already banged up from the earlier incident, and it looks like coming out of turn 2, I didn't see the engine let go, but it looks like the car just had nothing left in it. Heartbreaking end of the night for Steven Rex. Jose Godino currently has the lead. Jeremy Root in 13th and Cristiano Roca in 14th, just ahead. Octavio Rondoletto and Lataro gaining some ground. Jimmy Johnson has his group back together, but they gained a bunch of time on pit road. Looks like two different strategies on that stop. Jimmy Johnson and crew now 5.5 seconds back. Looks like Octavio and Lataro 4 tires and fuel as Jose Godino comes in. Looks like Jimmy Johnson and crew took right sides only in fuel. One more cycle of pit stops and it's going to come late. You got to wonder when they're going to do it. In 2 laps, everybody will be able to go the distance. Will we see drivers ducking in just to get the splash of fuel late in this one? While we're waiting on those final stops, we're going to take our final commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side. When we come back, we'll take you to the finish. Stick around, everybody. All right, folks, 23 laps to go. One more pit stop, looks like for the entire field, but likely to be fuel only for most of them. Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro Lamperti out front. 5 1/4 seconds behind Jimmy Johnson, Austin Edwards, McRicken, Flying Ryan, J-Dog, all right there. And Jeremy Gilliott at the back of that group. Adam Gilliott has gotten separated. We saw how strong the two Gilliotts were together earlier on in the race. Now that they are separated, anything could happen. I'd love to hear what you guys think. It is getting late in this one. Who do you think is going to pull it off? And caution is back out. 22 laps to go. Matt Pelletier involved in everything just changed as all the drivers will come in. All the lead lap cars will be back together. Jeremy Root, Cristiano Roca, and Gerard Lawrence look like the three drivers to get the wave around. Matt Pelletier been fast all night long. Oh, he just came up and came across Connor Knowlton's nose. Looked like he was in line. Did he get bumped out of line? Let's take a look from the blimp. He comes down a little bit, gets a little squirrely. Knowlton goes to the high side. Pelletier just very, very unlucky there. And here they come onto pit road. This will be the final stop for everybody. Looks like a lot of them going up right sides. And a few going up for left sides. We may be seeing quite a change here. Several drivers still out on track. Jose Godino, Michael Saylor, Sean Patrick, and Stephen Rex. And who's going to win the race off pit road? It is Adam Gilliott. Look who's not far behind. Jeremy Gilliott comes out behind him. The Gilliotts definitely needed that caution to bring them back together. Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro Lamperti both got separated coming off pit road. They'll be looking for each other. Flying Ryan comes off pit road in fourth. The XCAL GOAT now up to third. Love to hear you guys' predictions in the comments. Who you think has got the car to win here tonight? And more importantly, do you think that'll be the final caution? We've yet to have a big one here tonight. Now that the field will be back together again, will we see the big one? "14 cars back on the lead lap. And it looked like the drivers that got wave arounds may have changed. I thought it would be Roca, Root, and Godino is coming back in. Octavio Rondoletto and Lataro Lamperti back behind. They have reunited. They are back in 12th and 13th place. Cristiano Roca currently scored in 14th. And the Gilliots are out front. They definitely had a ton of speed early in this one, but can they make it work for the rest of it? Can they drive both fast and defensively? Folks, I hope to see you tomorrow night. More great racing at 9 Eastern. The C12 Motorsports Retro Truck Series has been a lot of fun. You'll recognize a few names from this group there. Definitely have a lot of great racing to come this week. And folks, don't forget to go watch some of our shorts on YouTube. I promise you, you'll either laugh, cry, smirk, who knows, but you'll at least enjoy it. All right, here we go. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. 17 to go at Auto Club. Jeremy Gillett trying to clear Adam Austin to the bottom. Jeremy gets down. They can work together as they had earlier. But Austin Edwards shoots to the bottom. And they are trying to shut the door on the Gilliat brothers. 3 wide up front. Flying Ryan has help from McRacken. Looking down from the blimp, and that's what it looks like. Going off into 3 and 4. Jimmy Johnson drifts up. Oh, Jimmy's sideways. Jimmy Johnson, epic skill, saves it. He lost a lot of ground, but he's still in the fight. Meanwhile, the Gilliats out front. Austin Edwards has McRacken back on his bumper. Jimmy Johnson slipped back into 9th place. Now has to find his way back toward the front. Connor Knowlton back up into the top 10 in 8th. J-Dog in 7th. Flying Ryan in 6th. Octavio and Lataro trying to hook up and get moving. Stuck on the bottom. Joe Campbell had a problem. He gets into one of them. Joe is off track. And Brent Meck has just set the fastest lap. Austin Edwards takes the lead. Let's take a look at what happened to Joe. Now Joe just gets a bad bump out of turn 4, comes up into the car up top. Joe is saving it. Wow, what a close call. Joe not only saved his car, kept it out of the wall, prevented a caution, and something a lot worse. Great driving by Joe Campbell. Austin Edwards and McGrecken on the bottom now have help. Brent Meckes is there. Adam Gilliott, Jeremy Gilliott up top, no love. But the Gilliotts haven't needed any help tonight, and they're about to prove it. Connor Knowlton back in 9th place, and J-Dog just set the fastest lap. Lap time's getting faster. 48.14 for J-Dog. Austin Edwards continues to lead at the line, but the gap is minuscule. It's going to take a concerted effort from that bottom line, because the Gilliotts up top have been fast all night long, even with just the two of them. $12 to go. Remember, folks, hey, good evening, Lonnie. Remember, folks, at 10 laps to go, there will be no more cautions. No more wave arounds. It'll be green flag to the finish. We're likely to see the craziest part of the night in that final 10 laps, and if anything goes wrong, your night is over. There's no way to make up ground if that car gets sideways. Jeremy Gilliott just ahead, coming out of turn 2. Jimmy Johnson has slipped back to 9th. More importantly, he is now 2 seconds behind the lead pack. Can't help Austin and McGrecken. And here we go, 10 laps to go. There will not be a caution from here. Whatever happens, happens. Drivers definitely got to be on their toes now. Lonnie, how you been, buddy? Ain't seen you in a while. Austin down on the bottom with the push from McGrecken. You gotta wonder about McGrecken's car. The whole left side is caved in. I'm sure his front bumper has damage, as does Austin's rear. They have been bump drafting hard tonight. Austin leading at the line. The Gilliotts get the run into turn 1. That last lap may get wild. If they get far enough ahead, they will drop to the bottom to block. Anybody want to make a prediction now on who's going to win this thing? The Gilliatt's lost some ground through 3 and 4. That's a first. Austin has a big lead at the line over a car length. Adam Gilliatt gives his brother a big push. Gets him back even with Austin in turn 1. Eight drivers still in the fight. Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro Lamperti trying to come through that second group. But they have lost ground to the lead group. They are now 3.5 seconds back. Two of the drivers that looked like they were in it and gonna win it tonight, not gonna happen. 7 laps to go at Auto Club. Austin still out front. They are trying to clear the Gilliatts, forcing them back. Oh, contact between Kyle and Jeremy Gilliatt. It's starting to get a little rough at the front. 6 laps to go. Alani, I hope to see you on track again soon, buddy. It's just coming down to a drag race and who bumps more. 5 laps to go. We keep talking about these 3 or 4 cars up front. Austin Edwards with help from McRecken, Adam and Jeremy Gilliatt on the high side. But Flying Ryan, J-Dog Seams both still right there. Plenty of lap cars right behind him that could give him a hand. And let's not count Brent Meckes out of this yet. Last lap we could see a big move. Remember, they cannot go below the white line, but they can go all the way to the wall, and we have seen 5 and 6 wide here before. I'm doing pretty good, Lonnie. Jeremy Gilliatt as the nose ahead down the back straightaway. Austin gets the better run out of turn 4. Three laps to go. Austin leads at the line again. Biggest mover of the night as of right now is 4th place Adam Gilliatt, up 24 spots. He'll pick up a few bonus points tonight as well if he can hold on. Will they come across the line pointed the right way or in a big ball? of smoke and flames at the front. Austin has a car length ahead coming out of 4. The Gilliatt's push back up even at the line. It was Austin at the line by a hair. 2 to go. Jeremy and Adam have been nose to tail most of the night and have been 2 of the fastest all night long. But it comes down to this. Will they have the speed here in just a moment? Out of turn 4, here we go. White flag is in the air one more time around. It's gonna be close. Back behind, Flying Ryan starting to look high. Ryan pulling up on the back of the Gilliatt's just ahead. Jeremy clears out front but stays high. This is going to be a close one. Big push into turn 3 for Austin Edwards. McCracken goes up. He bumps Adam. Flying Ryan to the high side. It's going to be a photo finish at the line. It's going to be Austin Edwards with the win. Kyle McCracken Martin coming home in second. Jeremy Gilliatt finishes in third with a bit of a wild finish. And the XCAL GOAT is back in victory lane. Jeremy Gilliatt has already gone to pit road. We'll talk to our top 3 here in just a moment. Adam Gilliatt has pulled up into third wave. Our scoring shows Jeremy in third. Well, we'll talk to one of the Gilliatts here in just a moment. McCracken with the late body slams. You gotta wonder how much of that car is left. Looks like we've got our top 2 just waiting on a Gilliatt to join us. All right, looks like Adam Gilliatt is available to start with him.
It's fine.
Adam, I have to ask the obvious question. Which one of you came home third? Because according to our numbers, it was Jeremy, but we knew it was close between you two.
I don't care who came in third. We should have won that race right there. Kyle Martin came up and hit freaking Jeremy's left rear right there. We should have won that race. That was intentional. That was just ridiculous.
Man, it did get a little bit bumpy late in the race, but you two were really some of the fastest, even managing to pull away from the pack a few times, just the 2 of you. How much time went into practicing and figuring out who was better up front, who was better pushing?
Oh, no time went into practicing. We just got experience from the past. We were fast. We were carrying the outside line ourselves. We were clearly the fastest. Kyle just wanted to drive up in the left rear, make sure Austin won, so that's fine. I'll make sure I get him back another race. I'm faster than him every week anyways. That's fine.
Well, it's definitely going to be an interesting remainder of the season, man. It's still a great finish. You also the biggest mover of the race, so you guys both picking up a lot of points tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate Stimulus Racing building these cars and XCAL Web Shop Series, Butt Kicker, all the sponsors that help out this series. I really appreciate it. It's a fun one to race. I just can't stand when people can't race clean whenever you race them clean.
Well, man, great job tonight, buddy.
Yep, thank you, sir.
Kyle McRecken Martin comes home in second. They don't call you McRecken for nothing, but buddy, the Gilliots are not happy with you.
Yeah, no, I got that memo in the cooldown lap there. I didn't mean to wreck Jeremy. I'm gonna be quite honest. I was all up in Austin's grill like I had been the last 10, 15 laps, and I think I just pushed a little bit too hard off of 4 and just came up a little bit. And as he came down, because we're pinning down for the last stretch of the race there, we just made some slight bit of contact. I mean, I went down into the apron to give him a little bit more room to save it. I guess that didn't help him as much as I thought I was going to. So, I hope he still got a good finish out of it. Adam got third, but I hope Jeremy still got up there. I didn't mean to hit him if I actually did, but, that is super speed racing at the end of the day. We're all fighting for the same real estate at the end of the race.
Hey, you definitely are. And last lap, a lot of times, anything goes. And by the way, they don't call you McRecken for nothing.
Yeah, no, it does say bump on the front of the nose there, and Austin got a nice view of that basically the whole race. Let a few laps there, so can't be too upset. And a nice first and second for me and Austin again this week. He could let me win a few of these things. He doesn't got to take them all for himself. I'd appreciate it.
He's the GOAT. He's going to take them all. You know how it is, buddy.
I do. I was his teammate for X amount of years. Yeah, I do know how it goes.
Well, man, great job tonight, buddy. Congrats.
Yes, thank you. Gotta thank, XCAL Racing Web Shop for putting this lovely race on. Nice 3-hour spectacular. Came down to a nice little photo finish there between all of us as carnage ensued. Gotta thank you for obviously streaming the thing. Gotta thank the Cooler Crew, Admin Box, JT Mobile Pressure Washing. Gotta thank Dylan for letting me drive his car. Warlord Wraps for the nice, beautiful pink. You can see it from the International Space Station paint scheme here. And JRS and EHP for the beautiful setups that we run.
We actually did go to the space station, Cam, at one point, and your car is the only one we can see. So great job.
Thank you. Got to put on a show for the fans. Got to know where the car is.
Great job, buddy.
I also got to thank Jim. He was giving me some good bumps there, and same with Connor Knowlton. He's a rookie. I brought him in for one purpose only, and that was to bump draft me to the front. And it worked enough until it didn't. So, congrats to Austin on the win, and maybe next time we're talking, I can be the one in the winner's circle.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner, Austin Edwards. Austin, I have to tell you something. Kyle really wants you to let him win, but, I don't see that happening.
Doug, I was considering it this race, but then he blew through his pit stall, so he ended up behind me, and that's just where he stayed.
Well, it definitely worked out in your favor. Obviously, it got a little bumpy on that last lap and a little bit of arguing going on after the fact. But, man, you're back at Victory Lane. Not a surprise here. You definitely know how to dominate when we go to the super speedways.
Doug, I'm actually surprised that I am in Victory Lane here. I've got a lot of speed when it comes to the short tracks, road courses, all that good stuff. We're working on our intermediates, but you come to a super speedway like this and anything can happen. When it comes down to it, we didn't really have the best strategy to come out to the win. You had Lautaro and Octavio out front by a mile because they just nailed the pit strategy, and it was a race until that yellow came out. So you bring in a little bit of luck, and you put a McRecken, Kyle Martin on your bumper, and some amazing things can happen.
I have to say, we just looked at your rear bumper. How much reinforcing did you do before the race? Your rear bumper is not showing any damage, but Kyle's front bumper definitely was.
I discovered this amazing new metal called tungsten. It costed a lot of money, but it held up just great, so we don't have to replace that next week.
Well, that's a plus. You might consider vibranium if Kyle's going to be bumping you.
Yeah, it's a scary thing having him back there, but he is damn good at it, He pushed me to my last championship race at Charlotte a couple years ago, so he's obviously really good at what he does, and I want to get that guy into Victory Lane. It was fun being teammates with him. It kind of felt like a little bit of flashbacks tonight, but no, it was an awesome race, a little bit of luck and a little bit of strategy. a whole lot more luck and a Kyle Martin, and it made it all possible. So looking forward to next week at Long Beach, where we try to keep it out of the fence for 100 laps.
Well, good luck, buddy. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Oh, as always, I got to thank you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast. Thanks, Jason Seams, let me drive for him and this team this year. Kyle Martin for doing Kyle Martin things, shoving me up to the front. Southern Nevada Motorsports VP Race Fuels, and we will take another shot at it next week, hoping for 4 in a row.
Man, that's definitely going to be an awesome run. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
Austin Edwards pulls off the win at Auto Club, and a controversial finish at that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 Eastern. C12 Motorsports takes to the track, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see everybody there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.